the heaviest wheel, rolls across our foreheads to bury itself deep, somewhere inside our memories.
What are these memories that are buried so heavily, so deeply?
How can we make sense of that which has no sense?
How can they breathe this foul stench that fills the air?
How can we find safety with no family and no home?
Dirty walls, wooden mattresses, barbed wire fences. This is my home. Rocks, broken glass, mud. This is my playground.
Cold is our blanket.
Hunger is my feast.
Hope is their secret refuge.
As long as this exists, this sunshine, this cloudless sky, and as long as I can enjoy it, how can I be sad?
As long as this exists, and that should be forever, we know that there will be solace for every sorrow, whatever the circumstances.
As long as childhood exists and the children see truth and the children see beauty, and the promise of the future is in their eyes. In Terezin, in the so-called park, a queer old granddad sits somewhere there in the so-called park. He wears a beard down to his lap, and on his head, a little cap.
Hard crusts he grumbles in his gums. He's only got one single tooth. My poor old man with working gums, instead of soft rolls, lentil soup. My poor old gray beard. A little garden, fragrant and full of roses. The path is narrow, and a little boy walks along it. A little boy, a sweet boy, like that growing blossom. When the blossom comes to bloom, the little boy will be no more. When the blossom comes to bloom, the little boy will be no more. A little garden, fragrant and full of roses. When the blossom comes to bloom, the little boy will be no
What garden is this? Surely not the Gan Eden. Where are the trees, the flowers, the birds, the fish? Where are the heavenly choirs? The only music heard here is sick, depraved, and desperate. Even the sunlight is dusty and tired. This is a garden of pain and suffering.
Dear God, what cruel deception has brought children to this barren, inhospitable place?
When a new child comes, everything seems strange to him.
What on the ground I have to lie? Eat black potatoes? No, not I. I've got to stay, it's dirty here. The floor, why look, it's dirt I fear. And I'm supposed to sleep on it. I like it all dirty. Oh, I'll get all dirty.
Here in Terezin, life is hell. Here in Terezin, here in Terezin, life is hell. Here in Terezin. Hear the sound of shouting crows, and oh, so many flies. Everyone knows flies carry disease.
Oh, something bit me. Was it the something bit me.
Here in Terezin, life is hell. Here in Terezin, here in Terezin, life is hell.
And when I'll go home again, I can't yet tell.
In Terezin, life is hell. Here in
Mama and Papa always told me that no matter how awful the circumstance I might find myself in, somewhere in the world there is someone who is worse off than me.
A mousey sat upon a shelf, catching fleas in his coat of fur, but he couldn't catch her. What chagrin! She's hidden way inside his skin. He turned and wriggled and knew no rest. That flea was such a nasty pest.
His daddy came and searched his coat. He caught the flea and off he ran to cook her in the frying pan.
The little mouse cried, "Come and see!
For
lunch,
we've got a nice fat flea."
I suppose it all depends on how you look at it. Terezin is full of beauty. It's in your eyes now clear, and through the street the tramp of many marching feet I hear, of many marching feet I hear.
After all claims everyone, you find it everywhere.
In the ghetto at Terezin, it looks that way
up with even those who wear their noses in the air, who wear their noses in the air. The whole wide world is ruled with a certain justice so that helps perhaps to sweeten the poor man's pain and woe. An empty day, though clear and bright, is just as dark as any night.
Night softens the injustices of a lifeless day with a cool veil of oblivion. Children do not understand its pallid touch, and sometimes become agitated. The best remedy for those who are frightened or unhappy is outside. Tell them to find a place to be alone, alone with nature, with the sky,
with God. For then, and only then, can they feel that everything is as it should be.
I'd like to go away alone where there are other nicer people, somewhere into the far unknown, there where no one
Childhood's end is indelibly marked when innocence is replaced by fear. No matter how many songs or paintings or plays are brought to life, the train whistle is the reminder that death waits at the end of a short ride through the forest.
Today the ghetto knows a different fear. Close in its grip, death wields an icy scythe. An evil sickness spreads a terror in its wake. The victims of its shadow weep and writhe. Heartbeat tells his fright, and mothers bend their heads into their hands. Now children choke and die with typhus here. A bitter tax is taken from their bands. Today the ghetto knows a different fear. Close in its grip, death wields an icy scythe. An evil sickness spreads a terror in its wake. The victims of its shadow weep and writhe. My heart still beats inside my breast, while friends depart for other woods. Perhaps it's better, who can say, than watching this to die today. My heart still beats inside my breast, while friends depart for other woods. Perhaps it's better, who can say, than watching this to die today. Perhaps it's better, who can say, than watching this to die today. No, no, my God, we want to live, not watch our numbers melt away. We want to
like tottering, hunched old women. Every eye shines with fixed waiting, and for the word, when. You believe every bit of news you hear. Then, a week after the end, everything will be empty here. A hungry dove will peck for bread, and in the middle of the street will stand an empty, dirty hearse.
The heaviest wheel rolls across our foreheads to bury itself deep inside our memories.
We've suffered here more than enough, here in this clot of grief and shame, wanting a badge of blindness to be a proof for their own children. A fourth year of waiting like standing above a swamp from which any moment might gush forth a spring. Meanwhile, the rivers flow another way, not letting you die, not letting you live, not letting you die. Cannons don't scream and the guns don't bark, and you don't see blood here. Nothing, only silent hunger. Silent hunger. Children steal the bread here and ask and ask and ask, and all would wish to sleep. Keep silent and just go to sleep again. Meanwhile, the rivers flow another way, not letting you die, not letting you live, not letting you die, not letting you live.
The heaviest wheel rolls across our foreheads to bury itself deep somewhere inside our memories.
We got used to standing in line at 7 o'clock in the morning, at 12 noon, and again at 7 o'clock in the evening.
We got used to undeserved slaps, blows, and executions.
We got used to sleeping without a bed,
to saluting every uniform,
to seeing people die in their own excrement,
to seeing piled up coffins filled with corpses.
And yet seeing the world through children's eyes is to see a world full of beauty.
And a world filled with sorrow.
A child's memories are embedded in the songs they sing and in the games they invent. And sometimes in the crayon sketches they leave behind.
Try to open your heart to beauty. Go to the woods someday and weave a wreath of memory there. Then, if the tears obscure your way, you'll know how wonderful it is to be alive.
A joyous heart falters for a moment only. Hope awakens when we look to the heavens.
So long as I have this sun
never be sad.
And when I look up to heaven, then I can think that every cruelty someday must have an end.
And once again, peace and love shall reign on earth.
But till that time, we must keep our faith.
Our hopes,
Our dreams.
Open your heart to beauty. Go to the woods someday and weave a wreath of memory there. Weave a wreath of memory there.
Alone with nature, alone with God.
Then if the tears of sorrow